Welcome to the Box Gambling Show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 18 over-unders to bet. Happy New Year. Shout out to the D-Gens. Let's get this money. First game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Over, under 35.5. I'm going over because I think there is a legitimate possibility we see Lamar Jackson in this game. I'm not saying he's going to play the full 4 quarters. I'm not saying he's going to rush for like 85, 90. What I am saying is I think the Ravens are scared about what happened in 2019. They were like 8-point favorites, and then the Titans smashed them after they had the 2-week bye. Also, listen, this Ravens defense is banged up. I understand if they sit a lot of those guys out, they will. They need to. They need to get those guys ready. But from a rhythmic perspective, you want to keep the offensive players in rhythm if there is no injury risk. And when you look at the Steelers, Maserati, Mason Rudolph is starting to move it, man. And I use that nickname jokingly, but he has added a spark and ignition to this offense they simply didn't have. And you see Kenny Pickett butthurt because he knows, like, Mason Rudolph has outperformed him in his short performances. I'm going over the 35.5. Alamo game for the Steelers, baby. Next game, we got the Houston Texans. Stroud at the Indianapolis Colts. Over, under 47.5. Money over. I don't trust either of these defenses. I trust DeMeco Ryans. I trust Shane Steichen. But I don't trust either of these defenses, and I think both are susceptible to the run. Both are susceptible to the big play, and Stroud coming in here fully healthy, guns loaded, ready to slang. I like that, and like I was saying in the earlier videos this week, I feel like this Colts defense is garbage. I feel like they're weak in the front seven, but I feel like the true big glaring weakness of this Colts team is in their secondary. And I know Noah Brown's banged up. I know Tank Dell's not going to be out there, but I still think Stroud will have the weapons, Schultz, Woods, Nico Collins, to exploit this secondary. I mean, Aiden O'Connell was slanging it on him last week. I'm going over, making a damn money pick. And one thing you know with Shane Steichen, you know he's going to give Minshew a good game plan. And you do wonder, I think the big matchup, if this Colts offensive line is able to get a good push in the run game, this will go over easy. I could see both teams getting to the 30s. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Over, under 42, over. I've been saying this all year. The Falcons' offense has just been stuck in ignition, whatever word you want to use. It's been absolutely pitiful. But all of their games find a way to go over. That's why I'm going over the 42 Alamo game. I think this game comes down to the last 2 minutes, and we know what happens in those type of games. They always find a way to push over. You think you got the under locked up late in the third quarter, then the fourth quarter witching hour absolutely explodes. Listen, there is not a lot of science to this. Like, I think both of these teams can get into the 20s, low 20s. I'm going over. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. Over, under 37.5. This is one of those tough ones. I'm going to go under. I mean, we saw how this Browns offense was with Walker, with some of the other backups this year before Flacco came in, and I expect we see something similar. This Browns team does have a lot of injuries. I don't think we see any starters out there, and I also do think this, like, Jake Browning stuff, I do think it's coming to an end. It was a nice story, but Cinderella stiletto got broken once again. I'm going under. We just don't know what the Browns are going to have defensively from a personnel perspective. I have been saying the whole year the Browns are one of the deepest teams in this league, talent-wise, but I'm going under. Next game, we got the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Over, under, 30 and a half under. Man, I don't think this Jets offense can pass time. And I'm just guessing here, man. We're in our psychologist chair. We're just guessing. I'm just guessing this Patriots defense and this Patriots team comes out with a ton of energy, and I think Bill will have them ready. That's why I'm going under. I think the Jets are in decline. I think the Jets have checked out of this season, and I get it. Ups and downs, bad quarterback play. Rodgers injured 4 or 5 plays into the damn season. I'm going under, and we know even if the Patriots offense has a good game, it's not going to account for a lot of points. But I don't want anyone betting this under. 30 and a half is just too low for whatever NFL game you're looking at. I mean, preseason is one thing, but regular season, don't fucking touch it, man. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jags at the Tennessee Titans. Over, under, 40. Money, borderline over. Over the 40, borderline money pick. Listen, man, this is a low number for a Jags game. And I get it. Lawrence is banged up. Lawrence is coming back. And I think the Jags made a good strategical play resting him last week against the lowly Panthers. One thing people aren't talking about is he's getting I think he's getting his favorite target back. I obviously know Calvin Ridley is a fucking baller, but I think Lawrence's favorite target is Christian Kirk, and I think the Titans have one of the worst secondaries in the league. The reason why people don't talk about it a lot is because Vrabel's a great coach. You got people like Jeff Simmons blowing up the 3 and 5 gap when the quarterback's trying to step up and deliver in the pocket. There's going to be no Jeffrey Simmons this game. This is a Jacksonville team that is in full Alamo mode, and we know that makes a difference and makes a boost. Now, I get it. You do worry about Vrabel having a good game plan on defense, but I think the Jags get into the high 20s here, and is it going to be Tannehill? Is it going to be Malik Willis? That's why I said borderline. If it's Tannehill, bet the over. We know this Jags defense. Listen, they just always disappoint me. They always disappoint me. We know they'll give some garbage points to the Titans no matter what. I'm going over a borderline money pick. Next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. Over, under, 45 and a half. Over, no science. It just seems like this Vikings defense has collapsed. And they've just I don't think they've given up, but it does seem like they've been figured out. Now, the hard part of this, why we can't bet this, is we don't know if the Lions are going to go starters. Dan Campbell seems to be putting that in the middle. And honestly, I don't think the Cowboys lose to the Commanders. So I'm not seeing anywhere the Lions can go up or down. I feel like they're just stapled into their position. I'm going over. I don't want any fucking part of this. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Carolina Panthers throwing drinks. Over, under, 37 and a half. Money. Under. Make it a damn money pick. Whew. This Panthers offense is absolutely terrible. And we've been saying it the whole year, but just when you think it's turning the corner after the Packers game, we see that performance in Jacksonville. We see Tepper losing his cool. We see Bryce Young looking absolutely hapless and having little to no confidence left. And this Bucs team, season's on the line. And I know that the Bucs do have some issues in the secondary, but I think the Bucs completely dominate them from a physicality standpoint. The only worry about this money pick is this Panthers defense going to at least fight a little bit? Because even though the Bucs had that good run against Green Bay, they had a few other good games on offense. We know they're limited. They have explosive players, but they are limited on offense. I'm going under. I think there's a real possibility the Panthers don't cross 13. So I like this one. I'm going under. Make it a money pick. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys, dumb boys, at the Washington No Names. Over, under, 46. Over, no science. Listen, man. No fucking science, man. There's just no science in this. Like if the Cowboys want to put up 30 points against the worst defense in the NFL, they can. I'm going to go over. I just don't know how seriously the Cowboys are going to be taking this one. They're not going to get the 1 seed, so I think Big Mike will proceed with caution. I'm going over. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. Over, under 41. Money under. 49ers will be resting a lot of starters. Brock Purdy's not starting. Rams are thinking the same situation. And we know, listen, maybe we see Wentz have like a magical day. I just don't think that's going to happen. I'm going under, making a money pick. And you do wonder, like, if the Rams' offensive line is bad already, how bad are the second stringers? And I don't think either coach is going to be showing much. I think it's going to be a defensive football game. I think it's going to be a grinder-type game. That means absolutely fuck all. I'm going under, making a money pick. Just always have caution with these over-unders in Week 18. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles hurts at the New York Giants. Over, under 42, over. I think the Giants offense can move the rock. I think Tyrod Taylor played excellent last week against the Rams, and we're seeing an Eagles defense on the ropes. Like, when you have to make a transition to Matt Patricia mid-year as your defensive play caller, you know you're on the ropes, and they haven't responded. They just haven't. This is a Giants team that's playing better, and please do not sleep on Dayball. For him to get this Giants team to the playoffs last year and win a game is a fucking miracle. And we're looking at an Eagles defense just can't cover anyone. And are we even seeing the defensive line do what they did in the past? Like, I know Jalen Carter's balling. Is anyone else balling on that defensive line? And Eagles offense, they have to respond. They have to respond. And I respect this Giants defense. But obviously, the talent advantage is highly tilted to this Eagles offense. Eagles have to show something for the fans, but they also have to show something on offense for them. Like, honestly, going into the playoffs, they need a little bit of boost. Actually, make this a money pick. I'm going over the 42, make it a money pick. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears, at the Green Bay Packers. Over, under 44. Money under. I love this Bears defense. And I get it. This Packers defense is vulnerable as fuck, and we got a Bears team that's running the ball well, and they seem to be more in rhythm. But I don't think Fields is playing all that well, and he's not making the same explosive plays he made last year. I'm also worried about Jordan Love against this Bears secondary. They've been absolutely phenomenal, and I felt like the addition of Montez Sweat, I'm not trying to overreact or get overambitious, but the addition of Montez Sweat and them getting healthy in the secondary has transitioned the Bears to a top 10 defense. And I don't think we've seen two good performances from Jordan Love in a row all year. He plays decent, he's terrible. He plays good, he's terrible. It's been up and down the whole year. Marbles on the line. I don't trust Matt LaFleur. I don't trust his play calling. I'm going under, making a money pick. And from what the Bears are talking about, listen, like, people say a lot of shit in the media that means absolute nothing. Like, we know that. But from my read, from my perception, what we're hearing the Bears players say, they seem like they're ready to go, man. I'm going under, making a money pick. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Over, under 47.5. Absolutely love this over. Absolutely love it. And honestly, it's just take out the Rams 49ers I did a few minutes ago. There's just too many questions in that game. Please take that out and delete it from your memory. Hawks, Cardinals. I really like the over, and I can understand why someone wants to attack this. You've got a Cardinals defense that can't stop the run at all. You've got a Cardinals defense that is playing hard, but we're looking at a Seattle team. This is their Alamo game. This is their season on the line, and I know Geno's been a disappointment this whole year, but when the Seattle Seahawks are able to run the ball and set up play action, they are a formidable unit, and they're very hard to cover on the outside. Let's be honest about it. And also at home, we're seeing a Cardinals offense that seems to be getting better. Like Kyler Murray seems to be getting more comfortable. Yes, he had that dud against the Bears, but the other games we're seeing progress, and we're seeing these young players like McBride at tight end. I really feel like they got some good young players on offense. I'm going over, and I don't think the Cardinals are quitting, boys. Next game, we got the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders. Over, under 38, overs just barely. Like both defenses I respect, and we know this Raiders defense is borderline good, but I'm going overs just barely. There is no science. One thing about the Broncos, they've gotten lucky on a lot of turnovers this year. I do wonder, without those, are they able to put up points? Is their defense able to get stops? I think the Raiders have a big day, man. And I'm not an Aiden O'Connell guy. I'm not here to hype him up. But I do like some of the stuff we're seeing from him. Fearless in the pocket, ability to throw it down the field. You got Myers, you got Devontae Adams. I really like the options the Raiders got on offense, and I think they can run it down the Broncos' throat. And I think we can see the Raiders get to 24-27 here, as crazy as it sounds. I'm going over. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers, over, under 35. I'm going over. No science to this one. I mean, we just don't know how long Big Red is going to let Pat Mahomes play. I'm going to just go over. Please do not bet this, you degenerates. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. Over, under 49.5. Under. I think this is a playoff type game. I think this will be a physical game. I think this will be more physical than the first matchup that happened in Ralph Wilson Stadium. And I do think this Dolphins defense has made strides. I do think the addition of Jalen Ramsey has helped a lot. Do you worry about missing Bradley Chubb? I do. But I also worry about this Bills offense, the lack of ability to get the ball to Stephon Diggs, the lack of ability to get in rhythm. And we've just seen it this whole year. Either the Bills are at 100 or they're playing down at 15. There's no in between for this offense. On the other side, this Bills defense has been playing better. Let's give them credit. And I do worry about this Miami offense a little bit, man. And are they going to be able to run the ball? And if they're able to run the ball, that sets up everything they need to do. And then we can see the big explosive chunk plays. But a lot of teams are just playing cover 4 and making Tua throw it underneath and making him throw it to the flat, which he doesn't like to do. I think this will be a grinder. This will be a postseason type game. I'm going under the 49.5. Happy New Year. Make sure you hit the like button. Let's get this money. Live call-in show Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you there.